Hello everyone, in this video we are going to see about the next exercise, which is the checking the given number is odd or even, and then the second part of the program is reversing the given string. So let us see the program one by one. Then we'll start with the first program, which is to check whether the given number is odd or even number. As we all know that when we say it is an odd number, the remainder after the odd number division by 2 is 1, and if it is an even number, the remainder after the division by 2 is 0. So that is the common logic we always use to check whether the given number is odd or even. So the two versions of this Python program, both in Notepad as well as the Python editor, is given here. Let us see the logic. For here the function is used, function defined here is odd even. Odd even is the name of the function, and then a is the number which we are going to check the number is odd or even. Okay, so here as it is a function definition ends with the semicolon, sorry, it's a colon to say that it is a definition of a function. So the function starts with an if statement if a modulo 2 is equal to 0. What is modulo 2 is? It is a remainder operation. When you divide this number a by 2 and the remainder obtained by this division is 0, then we say that return is equal to 1. When return is equal to 1 means the system will come to the flow and they check whether this, if the odd even number is equal to 1 means the given number is even. That means remainder is 0, the system returns 1, otherwise the system returns 0. So that is the way the format has been set over here. So now this function odd even checks by this remainder modulo operator to say whether the remainder is 0 or 1. So if it is non-zero means the value return is 0, and if it is 0 means the value return is non-zero to the function. So this is how the function works. So as usual, after the function definition is over, we have to start with the main program which accepts the number. So number is equal to int of input of enter a number. So a number is given, and then here always the number is an whatever the input statement gets is an text or a string should be converted into an integer. So int function is used. This is an typecasting operation to convert the given text input as a numerical input. So that is assigned to the variable num. And now if statement has we have given the if statement if odd even of num is equal to 1. This equal to is an relational operator to check whether it is equal to, and here this odd even of num is the function defined over here, and when this function is called, this odd even of num, the num whatever number you give will be given as a parameter, and it will be called given to the function. So the function checks based upon the logic to define it is an even or an odd number. So as the program logic says, if the remainder is 1, that means if the function returns an 1, that means it is an even number. So the given number is even. Elif means else if, again the function is called to check whether it is an odd number. So odd even of number is equal to 0, and then the function print the value as the given number is odd. So this is the Python editor variation, this is the Notepad variation. So this is how the program flow goes. So now let us check the output with an example, simple example over here. The example I have given is 1 for odd and 1 for even. So now if it is a is equal to 43 means this function calls with the variable number is equal to 43, and then 43 is divided by 2, and it is equal to, if it is equal to 0, when we see 43 by divided by 2, remainder is actually 1, it is not 0. That means the number given is odd. So likewise for the even number, I give an example as 78 modulo 2, that means 39 2s are 78, remainder is 0. So when the remainder is 0, the number is even, remainder is 1, the number is odd. Okay, this is how the odd even number is checked, whether the number is given an odd number or an even number. Now let us see the second part of the program, which is the reversing the string. So reversing the string means given a string of input, it will be just the reverse will be displayed. That is the function reverse. Let us see how this reverse function works. First, you see the output, how the output comes. I given the input as string as computer, and then it is the mirror image is given as just R comes last, it comes to the first, then E. Likewise, the whole letter is totally reversed to get the new word, which is the reversed string. Okay, so now let us see how the logic works over here. So how the logic works is, again it is given by a function. Here we have defined a function called rev with the parameter str1. Actually, how the string works is, initially an new string is defined, which is the string 2, which is an empty spaces, and then the length of the given string, the first string is calculated, and then as long as the whole string is executed, the while loop is executed to reverse the string. So how the reverse of the string taking place is, we have to initially first make an empty string for str2, and then we take one letter from the string 1 and put it in the string 2. The first letter of the string 1 is put as the last letter. So initially the last letter is taken as put as the first letter, and then the second is the last but one, and so on. And then this while loop is repeated as many times as required till the whole string is reversed, and then it returns the value to the function. So this is how the function works. So till then the function definition is there. Okay, and now coming to the main program accepts word is equal to input, enter a string. You can notice here in this input there is no int statement is here, because we need only the string as the input. So the string is given as such the input, so the input is accepted as a string itself into the variable called word. And now after getting this function, the program prints the mirror image of the given string as rev of word. That means when this rev comes, it really calls the function rev here, and then does all the operation in the function. So this is how the reversing of the string works. So now this is the notepad version of this Python program. Let us see how really the program works with an example. Over here we can see here the program, how the program works here. So initially the input given is computer, which is the length is 8, and then I is equal to length of string minus 1. Initially the second string is empty. What we are going to find, the new reverse string is empty. So I have assigned this str2 as empty string with this empty brace between the single quotes, and then I is equal to length of string 1 minus 1. If the length of string computer is 8, so 8 minus 1, 7 is assigned to the I value. So this while I greater than or equal to 0 means, so the I is decremented as I for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and 0. That means as long as I is greater than or equal to 0, this for loop is repeated again and again, and then a new string is formed. How a new string is formed? String 2 is empty first, and now the last letter, that is the string of 7 here, that is R, that is copied to the string 2, and then I is equal to I minus 1, then I becomes 6, and then already now a string 2 has got the letter as R. Now in this step, the second letter, which is this letter, the sixth letter, which is RE, that will be joined, and then I is equal to I minus 1. So this I becomes 5, and then with this previously existing value, this T is put here, and then I is equal to I minus 1, I becomes 4, and then the fourth letter is put over here, and then I is equal to I minus 1, then I becomes 3, then this letter, previous letter, before this UP is here, now P is put, and then I becomes 2, and then with this previous letter, this M is joined, and then I becomes 1, with this previous word, this O is joined, and then I becomes 0, with all this previous letter, this C is joined. That means the last letter is put as the first letter is put as the last letter over here, and then I is also becomes 0. So now the loop executes the string for I is greater than or equal to 0. So as long as this condition is true, the while loop is executed. So then the next step, I is equal to I minus 1. When the while loop checked, I becomes minus 1. This time the loop will come out of the string and it will print the messages, the mirror image of the string is what the word you got here, that is RETUPCOM. Actually this is COMPUTER. So this is how the reverse of the string works using the while statement. So hope you have understood the concept behind how the given string is converted into a reverse string using this while loop. And thanks for watching.